Hello and welcome. In this video, we will be discussing helpful tips and advice for individuals participating in Schreiner University's pre-med program. Being pre-med requires lots of hard work, involvement, and of course, studying. So let's get started. This video is broken down into the 4 years of undergrad. In each section, we will discuss what you should be doing as a pre-med major and any advice that you may find useful along the way. Freshman year is the start of your collegiate career unless you came in with dual credit and or AP hours. While taking your basics such as general chemistry and biology, please make sure to remember that these courses will provide the foundation for the following years, so make sure to pay attention. Outside of acing those intro classes, a freshman should try and shadow as much as possible. For medical school applications later down the line, most require hundreds of observed or shadowing hours. Getting these done early in your career will allow for more time to contribute to other aspects of your application later down the line. Searching for an internship for the following summer or during the year is something proactive that will contribute to your application. SHPEP, or Summer Health Professions Education Program, for example, is a great internship to apply for in the summer of your freshman or sophomore year that is geared specifically for pre-med students. And a helpful reminder, throughout the year, continue to ask yourself if you are really enjoying what you are doing to prepare for medical school. Freshman year is a turning point for many, so just keep pushing and moving forward. Okay, so things are definitely starting to get tougher, but don't worry, it's normal. Although organic chemistry and possibly physics are some of the tougher courses you will have to take in your undergraduate career, you must leave time for things outside of academics. Participation in undergraduate research is huge. Talking to those professors in your biology, chemistry, or biochemistry departments and working on research projects beside them is a great way to not only build your application, but those relationships with your professors. Continuing to partake in shadowing or internships over the school year and the summer is crucial. Since this is the year before you take your MCAT, you should start brainstorming when you would like to take your exam based on the courses you have already taken up to this point. Keep in mind that the MCAT is costly, so start saving your money now. Remember that keeping that GPA high is important, and your success in your upper level classes will carry over to how successful you are on test day. This year is by far the busiest year and will really push you to your limit. The good news is that if you put in work your junior year, then you get to cruise a little during your senior year. Now, the biggest thing to focus on during your junior year is the medical college admissions test, or the MCAT. Preparatory courses are important if you want to be successful on test day. The popular options are Kaplan and Princeton. Schreiner is also now offering a Kaplan course that is paid for by your tuition, so you are able to enroll in the course just like any other class. This is the best option because a Kaplan instructor will come in once a week to teach the class in person and give feedback on your progress. An important thing to note is that individuals that are successful on the MCAT say that they have studied a minimum of 300 hours, so create that study schedule early on. So when should you take the MCAT? The earlier in the spring semester you take the exam, the earlier you can get your scores back and can determine if whether or not you need to retake the exam. By the latest, take it in April so you can get your scores back before the medical school applications open up in May. Remember to ask for recommendation letters before the end of spring semester so you can submit your applications as soon as possible. And here's another helpful tip. If you're wanting to apply to an osteopathic or DO program, ask for a recommendation letter from a DO specifically, because it is usually highly encouraged for most DO applications. Medical school applications open in early May and can be submitted as early as June. ACOMAS is the application portal for all osteopathic programs. TMDSAS is for all Texas medical schools excluding Baylor and UIW. MCAS is for medical schools outside of Texas. And lastly, ensure that your recommendation letters are in and have your application looked at multiple times. This year is where you begin to prepare for interviews and secondary applications. Secondary applications should be turned in as soon as possible so you can get an early interview slot. A neat tip is to make a document that has any and all possible interview questions you can think of. Writing answer to all these questions and rehearsing them time and time again will ensure that you are prepared for any questions they might throw at you during the interview. Remember to watch out for trick questions during your interview, so it is important to do some research beforehand. Also, you are being watched as a potential candidate from the moment you step foot on campus until the moment you leave, so always be cautious and aware. When touring or doing an interview on a campus, try and get a feel if whether or not the school will appreciate a thank you letter or a letter of intent. This can make all the difference after your interview. And that wraps up our video. There are many things to learn along the way, and the content in this video is just to help you get started. So good luck on your pre-med journey and keep pushing!